Hello everyone. So coming on today again. Today was a really bad trading day. It was probably my worst. It was actually definitely my worst since I've gotten this account. I hit my daily loss limit. I broke all of my rules basically. And I really don't want to talk about it, but obviously I have to be completely transparent through the whole documentary. So I got to talk about it. Basically, I'll start off with started yesterday, right? I've been learning about the power of sleep and the Song of Solomon, things like that, of taking your state into the subconscious and that will materialize, right? So, yesterday, I think I did that really well. I woke up today really feeling like a winner still. And then I went into the market and I was pretty confident and I was saying, okay, I'm not going to hesitate anymore. I know what I'm doing. And I'm a winner, right? And then I took my trade off. It wasn't the best trade. I don't know if I'll do a trade recap, but I think the psychology is much more important here. I lost that trade, and I for sure could have taken a better trade, technically, but that really got to me. And it even started before I took the trade. I started feeling that anxiousness and that fear even before I entered any trade. And that instantly took me off track a little bit. And then when I lost the trade and I'm like, but I'm a winner, how does this work? I basically let the external affect the internal, which I know this. I know that shouldn't happen. I know that's a big mistake. And yeah, so I got angry and I got really emotional with that. And then I entered another trade a little bit after off some bullcrap too. And I lost that one as well, obviously, because I'm not going to win those horrible trades off horrible mentality. And then I took another one. Of course, lost that one as well. And then hit the daily loss limit. So it's embarrassing, really. And I always do try to stay in a positive mindset now because I know the power of it. And then when I get to this, it's hard. It's very hard. And I know because I'm in this negative mindset, I'm getting the negative physical, right? So, yeah, man, absolutely horrible. And I never want to do this again. I have $100 left in the account. I'm not sure how I'll play that. Maybe I might do one micro, try to get all the way back up, or I might just stick with the same size and then kind of go full port the account um, to either get back up or reset the account. But yeah, I want to talk about a little bit how I think what the reason I lost is. So again, I was watching a video and he was talking about the story of Lazarus and how Christ was felt gratitude for bringing him death, from the dead before anything even happened. So gratitude before that, and he said, "God, I thank you, and thank you for always hearing me." So it made me realize God always hears me, and how it works is basically I felt anxious and that fear before even taking any trades. So what the universe does is magnify and maintain, right? So since I feel that, what happened was is the external showed me what would magnify it. And obviously, when I lost the trade, my emotions, my negative emotions, were super magnified. And it maintained that, right? So, yeah, I think it's that's my biggest problem, is definitely the emotion and feelings I feel while trading. And obviously that's everyone, but I don't think many people talk about how it actually affects you. And yeah, I'm really gonna have to work on feeling that gratitude before anything happens, and feeling those positive emotions before I see anything. And yeah, my biggest problem today was just I depended on the external to prove my internal state. Well, actually, to be completely honest, my internal state before I even took a trade was that anxious and fear and that unprofitable side of me. And that's what was proven to me in the external. Um, yeah, so really bad day today. Well, you know what? Here's another thing, right? Is it's neutral. Today was a neutral day, but my perception of it and my view on it has, and the negative charge I put on it has made it a bad day, right? Or makes it a bad day in my view. But I can for sure flip this, and I definitely, well, you know what? I am gonna flip this as this is the worst type of trading days, and I never want to feel like this again, right? And I know how to prevent that now. So today is a positive day in the fact that I'm not going to let this happen again. And I've said this many times before, but I realize I can actually change that. I can never let this happen again. So yeah, what I'm going to work on now, what I'm going to do now is feel the gratitude and feel like I've won before anything has proven it to me. And well, this is the thing, is trading, I'm never going to have 100% win rate, right? So even when I do lose, I'm going to keep that positive mentality and not let the illusion affect the internal buying. And this is another thing, is I feel like when I'm not sure how long it is, but it's when you linger in that negative state for however long, 30 seconds, it can alter your whole day, your emotions for the whole day. And I know this, and then I try not to, and then, yeah, but I will learn how to switch that. It's the law of polarity, right? So I'm feeling here, but I know it's the same thing. So this negative feeling is on the same spectrum as the positive. It's just a different rate of vibration, right? So I'll switch that. And yeah, I guess I had to make one of these videos before I do start to succeed. But that's also, maybe, you know what, maybe that's the belief I had before, and that's what made me have this negative and this bad day. But no, bro, I'm still, everything I felt yesterday before I went to sleep, that's so real to me. I just have to stay in that, and I have to stay in that without letting this external change that. And I have to, like the calibration period that I was talking about, is I have to stay in this positive, I have to keep being a winner. And yeah, I'll figure it out.